Hi library friends, this is Miss Lian from the Huntley Area Public Library. We're back with another fun craft video. Today we're going to be making some popsicle picture puzzles. It's a tongue twister, so let's get into the video. The supplies you need for today's craft is an area you can glue on that can wash off. As you can see, I already have some glue on it, so you can actually just take it off really easy. So you do want maybe like a container lid. That'll be perfect because you can take it off easily. You're going to need a sponge brush. This one's a little stiff because I used it the other day. You're going to need some Mod Podge. If you don't have Mod Podge, Elmer's glue should work pretty similar to this. And then what you're going to need is some popsicle sticks. So I have these long popsicle sticks. Depending on the size of your picture, it's going to be depending on how many popsicle sticks you need. And of course, you're going to need a picture. So as you can see, my picture is pretty small. It's gonna be probably 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. And we'll do 5 popsicle sticks just in case. So it'll be like that. And then you're gonna need some tape to secure the popsicle sticks together so you don't want them moving around when you're gluing it. And then you are gonna need some scissors to cut out your picture if it's not already cut out. So first, let's cut out our picture. So since my popsicle sticks, since I have a lot of popsicle sticks, what I'm actually gonna do is create a white border around my picture frame. Well, around my picture. Whoa. So what I'm gonna do is line the popsicle sticks on the picture and kind of move it around on the picture so that, well, I'm gonna move it around in the picture until I get a even amount of border on the top and the bottom. So that seems about right. What you could use is probably a pen. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut some guidelines on each side. And then I'm just gonna have the same spacing of border on both sides too. So. If you want to mark it with a pencil so that you know where you're gonna cut, you can go ahead and do that. But I'm just gonna rough cut it. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right. So now we have our picture cut out. You're gonna wanna grab your Tupperware lid again, or container lid, and you're gonna want to tape all these popsicle sticks together in a line. So actually, hold on. First, let's get rid of the popsicle sticks. I mean the container lid, sorry. So as you can see, some of the popsicle sticks are a little more bent than the other ones, so you do kind of want to arrange it so that you don't have a huge gap in between the popsicle sticks. So that seems about right. And then you're just going to take some tape. This is blue Scotch tape. You could just use regular tape, like the clear. You could just use clear tape. It's probably going to be better if you use clear tape because this tape might take off some of the popsicle material. So you're just gonna, as you can see, this one's a little curved. So if I put it like that, So you just kind of have to mess around with it until you get to. So as you can see, this side is a little curved. So I'm gonna flip it back to this side so that there's not as huge of a gap. So now our popsicle sticks are taped together. You don't need a permanent taping of it. You just need 2 strips of tape or however big your canvas is. So we're gonna grab our container lid. And now you're gonna open your Mod Podge or your glue. And you're just gonna put some glue onto either the Tupperware container lid, or onto a plate. Oh my gosh, can't open this. Hold on. Okay, so I had to get some help to open the glue up. You do want to remember, if you're using Mod Podge glue, you might want to clean up the top of the container so that it doesn't stick like mine did. Okay. So I'm actually just gonna dip my brush into the Mod Podge instead of putting it onto a plate and then dipping the brush into the plate and then all that stuff. So you wanna get a good coat of Mod Podge on your wood. And it doesn't matter if it goes outside of the where you're gonna put the picture. You just wanna get a good coat of the Mod Podge on it. Then you're gonna move it to the side, and you wanna make sure you do this pretty quickly so that the Mod Podge doesn't dry. And then what you're gonna wanna do is you wanna get a lot of glue on this picture. So you wanna make sure you get all the glue onto the picture. And you kind of want to make sure you don't get the picture ruined. All right, now what we're gonna do is grab our picture carefully, put our popsicle stick, and then place the picture onto the popsicle stick. And you do want to remove all the air bubbles, so you're going to want to go from middle to the outside. So you want to do middle to the edges. And if you have like a plastic card, you can use that to kind of smooth it out a little bit more. I'm actually going to grab my spare popsicle stick and kind of lightly press the air bubbles out. Probably not the best thing to do it on here. I'm gonna grab my white piece of paper. You don't want to press too hard that it does this. Just want to lightly. And then you're going to let this dry for about maybe 2 to 3 hours. You can even let it dry overnight just to be safe. And let's bring our So you're gonna want to let this dry really nice, and then so you're gonna want to let this one dry. So let's grab the one that I did ahead of time. So as you can see, it's really dry. You're gonna want to take the tape off of the back side of it because you aren't gonna need the tape anymore. And what you're gonna do is grab a wet paper towel. You don't want to drench the wood in water because then you're gonna have to wait for the wood to dry. What you're gonna do is just tap that paper towel filled with water on top of the picture. And you want to make sure, you could even like just dab the areas that you still see. So if you can see, let me zoom in. If you can see these white little spots, those are air bubbles, and those are the little areas that didn't get pressed down enough. So you can see there's one right here. So you do want to make sure you press down on that picture really nicely. So you do want to make sure you press out all those air bubbles when you have a chance to. So then once you're done wetting down the paper, you should be able to see your picture in the back. Now what you're gonna do is you can either grab a piece of paper or something. You're just gonna use your fingers and kind of just rub it out. You can see that the actual paper is coming off and the picture is sticking to the popsicle sticks. So you're just gonna keep rubbing it. I would suggest maybe grabbing something that you can rub off with because it is gonna get a little bit. So you might wanna dry up that paper towel. And you want to ever do it so lightly because as you can see, the areas where it wasn't glued down properly is going to lift off. So you do want to be very gentle. So I'm going to keep rubbing this off and then we'll see you when all this paper is off. So it is going to get a little messy with getting all the paper off of the popsicle sticks. So you do want to make sure you clean up after that. So now you can see that we have a popsicle picture puzzle. You can go back and take all the paper residue off of the picture, but you do want to be careful if you have air bubbles on your picture to not rub it so hard because these were the areas that had the air bubbles on them. So try it at home, take a picture and tag the library on Instagram or on Facebook, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Make sure you log on to huntleylibrary.org for all your digital content you have access to with your library card. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe down below, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you can get notifications of when we upload new videos. And we'll see you at the library soon. Bye.